the rupee bounced back today and was at a one-month high, closing at 78.71 to the dollar. That's well below the 79 to the dollar mark as well. Priyanshi tells us why.
For a change, we have good news for the economy. Rupee has recovered and it has hit a one-month high of 78.71 per dollar. Rupee has strengthened after weakening to 80 rupees per dollar in July. Remember, on July 19th, Rupee had hit 80 per dollar. So our currency is close to 2% up since then, but it's still down over 6% this year. But the 78 per dollar level was last only seen in the month of July, at the end of July. Now, what are the reasons for the recovery? Three primary ones. Number one, foreign investors are returning to India and that's boosting the rupee. Even today, foreign investors invested net 5,346 crore rupees in Indian equities. July was in fact the first month since October last year when foreign investors put money in Indian markets instead of withdrawing it. Foreign investments and currency leaving India were taking the demand and the price of the rupee down, and now that they're back, the rupee is bouncing back again. Now the second reason, a weakening dollar that's pumping up the rupee. Dollar is at its lowest since mid-June. The rising interest rates in the United States were taking demand and price of the dollar up as investors went back to the reserve currency. But these hikes hurt economic growth. Now that the US economy has contracted for the last 2 quarters, it's now expected that Fed will now lower rate hikes to boost the economy. That's taking dollar's value down. The third major reason is lowering crude oil prices. Brent crude is trading below $100 per barrel, which is the lowest rate since mid-July. This means we now have to pay less for our oil imports, meaning less foreign currency will go out of India. These are the primary reasons behind the rupee's boost. And on a day when the rupee recovered, the finance minister too in the parliament defended the currency, saying that there's no collapse of the Indian rupee. Let's listen in.
There is no collapse of the rupee. I'm just picking up on what the honourable member has said. Indian rupees fluctuations are more versus the dollar, the US dollar. And even there, the performance of the Indian rupee is much better than its own peers. We've withstood the impact of the US Fed's decisions much better than any other peer currencies. And actually, if you compare Indian rupee versus other currencies, it's appreciating in its value.
Finance Minister there pointing out again that the rupee is in fact performing better than its peers and it only seems to be getting better.